few days, Mr. Digit. A few days. You see this guy?
Mr. Nedges, I'll pay it back, I swear. They're running tomorrow at Makoto's racetrack. I'll win. Deal?
We had one as long as you paid your dues.
I'm begging you.
Quit your bawling. You'll get tear stains on my rug. It's Persian. You look tired. Want a coffee?
Always glad for a coffee. Can I interrupt you for a second? I'm in a rush.
I'm just sorting something out with this cow face here who doesn't pay on time. Where should we start? Teeth or knees?
Please, don't let him. I only owe 12 rubles.
You'll make it up to me. Every kopieka.
Yes, I'll repay it all. Thank you, Mr. Nedges.
We're not saying goodbye yet. The boys will take you to stage 2 of our little chat. Get him out of here. So, how'd you take it? Black or cream and sugar?
Black, strong, no sugar.
Tell me what brings you here.
There's a certain woman who would like to disappear from Warsaw. Conventional transportation isn't an option.
What exactly do you mean by disappear?
I'm looking for safe and discreet transportation to Vienna. On the double quick.
Sadly, the shifts can't help. That's not our line. Passport policy is a nightmare, and smuggling will get you the news. Not worth it. But I know a man, Javier something or other. Although finding him might be tricky.
What kind of name is that? Argentinian? Spanish?
Who the hell knows? Maybe he had a sailor for a dad.
You know anything more about this Javier fellow?
He's a legend. He smuggled socialists, contraband. Recently, he had 7 kilos of TNT inside biographies on Scowan.
Why is he so hard to find?
Because he's the best at what he does.
You know where I can find him?
Thank the gods of chaos that you've got a great buddy like me. There are rumors going around that Javier's staying on one of the boats on the river. It's called the Malenka. I'd start there.
Thanks. I'll head off.
Not so fast. Have you been to Povishla since you got back from your travels?
Yes, as it happens. A rather unique neighborhood. Fishermen, porters, and craftsmen, all trying to make ends meet.
Is that all you've noticed?
More or less.
Stuff goes on there that make your blood curdle. The locals can't stand outsiders and protect their own. Don't go around grilling random people.
Thanks. I can handle it from here.
Your coffee.
Hi, Victor. Something held me up. Have you been waiting long?
Just a moment.
Welcome back to our favorite square. A lot of good memories, hmm?
That's true, I do have fond memories of this place.
You were so small. You, Ligia, and Petya would always race from the droshky to the booth.
And then we'd hold up the entire line until we finally decided what filling we wanted in our donuts.
And Ligia would always rush you.
That's because she only likes them with plum. Who does that? Anyway, I'm guessing you need my help.
You truly are your father's son. To the point. To the point. All right. It's about a certain incident at the Imperial Hotel.
Is it about the confusion that's supposedly aroused during one of the recurrent soirees?
Do you know what happened there?
No, not at all. I wasn't there.
Good. Because the party you know nothing about attracted the interest of several important figures. I'm just saying. But that's not what I wanted to talk about.
I saw an article in the Courier. Someone fell from a balcony at the Imperial.
Yes, and it's linked to my son.
How is it linked to Petya? Is he all right?
Yes, he's fine. But you see, that wretched balcony is part of his apartment.
I didn't know Petya lived at the Imperial. He didn't mention it when I saw him at the funeral.
He rents an apartment. Says he's more comfortable that way. Closer to his friends. You know, I'd like to be more in touch with him.
You're not very close?
Since losing Helena, it's been up and down between us. My work kept me from devoting enough attention to him. Maybe I was too lenient with him.
Who was the guy who died?
Ludwik Krajewski. He and Petya were from two different worlds. You know, the Krajewskis are... they're not wealthy.
There's nothing wrong with that, but how did he and Petya meet?
That you'll have to ask my son.
And what role exactly am I here to play, Uncle?
Do what you do best. Use your powers to find out how Ludwig's death is connected to Petya. With all due respect to Stasio, I don't want to make the same mistake judging my only son as he did. I want to know the truth, whatever it is. And those Krajewskis. I know the press is trying to contact them. I fear that without your help, they might publish something untrue.
I'll go see Petya. And where can the Krajewskis be found?
They live in a courtyard-facing apartment of a tenement house, near the Imperial.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Thank you. Go. I'll stay here for a while.
Hello.
Mr. Shulsky, hello. Shall I inform the authorities and hospitals, or shall I wait? Your last visit has become somewhat of a legend.
This time it'll be quiet, I promise. I'm here to see Pyotr Voronin.
Is Master Varonian moving out by any chance?
Not that I know of. Why should you care?
The gatherings that the young master deigns to organize are rather noisy and bothersome. The guests have been complaining. Some have left.
Never mind. Where can I find our pest?
Room 213, second floor. You've been there already.
So, same thing tonight, gentlemen?
You bet. I'll get some cognac.
It will help relax the atmosphere.
Who's this guy?
It's just my cousin. Hello, Victor. Meet Thomas and Franz. Did you miss me?
I wanted to see how you've settled in.
Take a look around. It gets quite interesting here during my modest parties. Want some champagne?
About these parties, I think someone got lost on the balcony recently.
It was Papa who sent you, wasn't it? I told him to stay out of this. Tomas, Franz, show my cousin the door.
As you can see, I can be stubborn.
Congratulations. Franz and Thomas are tough customers. Well, speak up. I don't have all day.
What happened that night, from your point of view?
Thanks, cousin. It's hard for me to talk about it. He was my friend. We were having fun. Whiskey, cigars, and other amusements. Ludwig got drunk and went out on the balcony. He yelled something about wanting to get higher, even higher. And then there was a scream and a shriek from down below. I stepped out onto the balcony and Ludwig, he was down there, dead.
How do you want to end it? Your friend is dead. He was someone's son.
Yes, the Krajewskis. I know they're poor, but I can help them with that.
They say the press is interested in them.
I've heard. I'm not worried about myself, but it may damage Papa's reputation. And it could take a toll on the Krajewskis too. I want to protect them. Money is no object.
Let me take a look around.
As you wish.
Beer?
I'd like to ask about Hanya.
Hey, Zdenek! There's a stalker here asking about Hanya. Grab your buddies and get them to stop bothering her.
What's going on here? I've just come to work to find all this hustle and bustle. The boss said you asked about me. What is it?
Miss Hanya, I'm Victor. The guy fell off a balcony at the Imperial Hotel. You were there when Ludwig died, weren't you?
I remember no such thing. If these drunks here were still standing straight, you'd be sorry. Leave me alone. Once again, I don't know anything.
Holding onto that contract weighs heavily on you. It's unbearable, isn't it? It causes you great pain. Your misery will disappear if you give it to me. You will get your peace, I promise.
I can't take it anymore. I can't. It reminds me of what I don't want to remember. I'll give it to you. Here, their contract.
Thank you. Tell me, what really happened that day?
Ludwig and Pietia were both drunk and made a bet. If Ludwig walked on a railing, Pietia would pay him. A lot. Ludwig was confident. He teetered, and...
Why didn't you get rid of the contract? You could have destroyed it.
I wanted to, but I was afraid Pietia would send someone after me to save himself. The contract is proof of his guilt. But it was my idea for them to sign it. The Krajewskis could use some money. We could have gotten married, gotten away. It doesn't matter now. Take it.
I'll be going.
Anya, quit chatting. There's beer to be sold.
I hope you'll use this contract wisely.
What do you mean?
Pietia deserves to suffer after what he did.
Nobody's home?
They are. They just won't answer the door. Tobias Schwegin, the Warsaw Courier.
Maybe they want to mourn their son in peace rather than talk to the press.
What are you looking for here?
Information. But I think my methods are more effective.
Then maybe I will leave, and later you can share something. Deal?
All right, if I learn anything interesting, I'll share it with you.
Great. It's a deal. I will hold you to your word.
You chased him away? Glory be. Thank you. Please, come in before he gets back. Let me at least offer you some tea.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
Come in. Would you like some tea? My name's Krajewski. Zygmunt.
Viktor Szulski, thank you. Maybe later. I have a question.
Is it about Ludwig? Since you brushed that news hound off. All right. Ask away.
Did Ludwig live here with you?
Not much recently. Pietia kept inviting him to all kinds of places. Parties, dances, horse racing.
Did it happen often?
What? Pietya's invitations? Yes. I would tell him Ruskies were not appropriate company for him.
Perhaps Ludwig was impressed with it all.
You bet. But if you ask me, Pietya was using Ludwig so that others would admire him for spending time with a poor man. So, there you have it.
That's enough. Can I ask you about Ludwig's belongings?
You've looked around by now?
I found a photo of a young woman. Who is she?
This is Hannah, Ludwig's sweetheart. They had been seeing each other for a while. She was here not long ago, after what happened.
An elegant men's coat. Is it Ludwig's?
I don't have the heart to sell it. Ludwig liked it so much. Pietya gave it to him.
I've seen the doctor's bill.
I think this is trash.
I bring you the sad truth, but I believe Ludwig deserves it. Your son was supposed to walk on the railing to win money from Pietya.
Jesus, I told him. I kept telling him it wasn't the right company to keep. I told him.
I'll be going.
Thank you for telling me this, Mr. Shulsky.
You didn't introduce yourself, but I have my own ways of getting to the truth. W.S. Viktor Shulsky. Are you one of those Shulskys? Stanisław's son?
No, what do you want?
Our little deal, remember?
The Krajewskis are in a miserable situation. Ludwig's mother is very sick, and they can hardly make ends meet. The son's death was yet another blow. Soon, they will have to choose whether to do something illicit, or let that woman die.
Sir, what kind of story is that? It's all the same in each of these tenement houses. Oh well, still, it was nice meeting you. In that case, until next time, Mr. W.
Tell me, boy, what's up?
We need to talk about Pietia.
Great. Yes, you know what? Let's start walking again. It's kind of stuffy here, you know. And on the bench, I'll be able to think straight about what you're saying. Well, shoot, boy. No matter how much it hurts.
Ludwig and Pietia got drunk and they made a bet. Ludwig had to walk on the railing for a large sum of money from Pietia. We know how it ended.
Pietia. Pietia. What have you done?
I told the Krajewskis about it. I thought they should know the truth.
I suppose they go to the press now. Don't get me wrong. It's a good thing they know. I'm glad they know the truth.
There's one more thing. Evidence. Proof of Pietia's complicity. I believe you should have it. That's all, Uncle.
Thank you for taking care of that matter. I believe that if your younger self had that kind of support, your life could have been different.
Tell me, what will happen to Pietia now?
I'm glad the Krajewskis heard the truth from you. I'm proud of you, and Stasio would be too.
I'm not sure about that, but I accept the compliment. What are you going to do with that contract?
What do you think I should do?
I don't know.
It's getting late. I'll take a walk and think. Good night.
Good night, Uncle.
You want to quote me? Then start writing. Here goes a poem.
If I want poetry, I'll read some Konopnicka.
In Śródmieście, the bastards went on strike. And that's something I don't like. So I grab an axe in my hand.
This is a serious story. Workers deserve some respect.
Shut the fuck up and write. I grab an axe in my hand and... Victor, give me a rhyme.
I'll solve it peacefully with no ferment.
That's a shitty rhyme.
Thank you, W.S. Mr. Niedzitz has no respect for the proletariat's struggle.
They mainly struggle with vodka in my bar.
I thought the press lived off that kind of scoop.
The press has its limitations, W.S. But we journalists at least try to make a change, unlike many others.
What was that about?
Don't worry. It's just a shitty situation. Do you want to come by for a drink? I can tell you all about it then.
Sure, lead the way. Well, speak.
W.S.? Seriously? How lame is that? Anyway, the sewers in the neighborhood were commissioned by Neumeier, But the workers just dug it all up, and now they're on strike, or wandering around. And when I send my shivs after them, more flood in. Do something before I kill them all.
Why are the workers on strike?
Neumeier, their employer, fired a few of them, so the guys got pissed and started a riot.
Maybe I could talk to them.
Be my guest. Those that were fired are hanging out in my bar and drinking. And those who still have jobs, you can find them in the southern part of the district. Follow those trenches they dug. You won't miss them.
So who is that Neumeier?
He came from Germany. Decent fellow. They say he's got some experience in that sort of enterprise.
Since when do you regard decent people?
Since the sounds of construction keep banging in my ears. The guy has an office on Poznańska Street. You'll see a sign.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Whatever makes them go back to work. Whether you do some hocus pocus or send a demon after one of them, I don't mind. How about we come up with some buddy names for us?
Great idea. I'll leave it up to you.
Man, I won't let you down.
Hey, wooer! Stop making faces and buy another round. We need to drink to Neumeier breaking his stupid face.
And where do I get the dough? Besides, I ain't a wooer.
Easy there, or you're going to pop a vein. Let's get some shots to warm us up. Although you've got your lady love for that, right?
Go fuck yourself.
What do you want? Oi, Janusz, we've got company.
Is he buying or just making a fuss?
I'm impressed with the male bonding that you apparently share. It seems so enduring, magnificent.
Oi, Janusz, is he like making advances at us?
Too much beard for my taste. Marianic?
If he buys us vodka, we can cuddle.
Vodka, with working people. Anytime, any place, and with respect. It's on me.
In that case, all is fine and dandy, my dear friend.
Wait, Marianic, wait, it's too much. I mean, too much manna.
What?
Who are you? Really?
I'm a journalist from the Courier. I'm writing a story on workers' rights.
The Lord has sent you, dear sir. We've just been fired by a fucking capitalist. Gave us the sack, and we can't even afford some aquavita.
Yeah. I wonder who's gonna dig these shitholes now. Maybe Neumeier will roll up the sleeves of his fancy getup and start grubbing around in the mud.
What do you care? You get a new strumpet and won't even tell your friend who she is.
Keep your trap shut. We're not alone.
Why? He's a grown man. I bet he goes to a body house too. Ask anything. Don't mind Janusz.
Why were you let go?
Just some bullshit. Nothing to talk about.
Doesn't matter why. The point is, we were fired. And now there's a strike.
But of course it matters. Just between you and me, the vodka is coming.
All right. He fired us because he's a kraut and a scumbag.
Imagine a ban on drinking at work. What's next? What else are they going to take away from us?
So Neumeier fired those who drank, and there was so many that all the work went downhill. Now there's a strike.
It's good that the lads went on strike. Very good.
You gentlemen should know it best. Why do these works take so long?
Because it's poorly organized. And it all got fucked up somehow.
Managing people requires some skills, sir. It doesn't just happen. It's also slapdash all the time.
A strike? Sounds serious.
Well, after the layoffs, the lads got together and said they wouldn't do double the work. And it all happened thanks to Rutkowski. Here's our leader, a good lad.
Yeah, Rutkowski's an angel.
You're always scowling at him. Look at him. He picked himself up a little sweetie pie. He doesn't care about the workers' cause no more.
Shut your pie hole. There's no gal.
So Janusz's new friend, is he ashamed of her or what?
How should I know? Back in the day, we always knew when one of the guys had a new girl. And this one? Won't breathe a word.
I told you to shut your mouth, didn't I?
He just keeps boiling. I don't know why. Maybe she's ugly.
She's not ugly. I just don't want to talk about it, that's all.
He's fucking sensitive like that.
As promised, vodka on me. Enjoy. And what is this? There, Mrs. Rutkowska for sweetie Janusz.
Janusz, the bastard has swiped something from your coat.
I'm only touching.
You scumbag! After my fist touches your face, even your own mother won't recognize you.
Well, this is negotiation, so let's negotiate. You won't finish the job without us. That's the truth.
Mr. Neumeier?
Nicht jetzt. How many times do I have to tell you? This can't be done. It doesn't work like that. That's not how you do Geschäfte.
Listen, sir, we won't give up. Either you can take back the men you fired, or you can say goodbye to the workers you've got left.
You can build these sewers yourself, you lousy capitalist asshole.
Rude!
This is just gutter talk, not negotiations.
The gutter is quite fitting, actually. You're building the sewers, after all. It's a joke.
Who are you, and what do you want?
I wanted to talk to you.
Zeit ist Geld. I don't have time. Neither for you nor for these negotiations. Let's go back to work.
No. Lads, the strike's still on. We're not touching the work. It's knock-off time until further notice.
Maybe now you can spare me a moment?
Not here. Follow me, please.
I bet you regret those layoffs now, don't you?
Better hair. I deal with that kind of aggression every day. I got used to it. Zeit ist Geld. What brings you here?
Why did the workers go on strike?
Sir, I fired those who drank at work and everyone suddenly went mad. You Polen. I don't understand you. It's time to bring this country into the 20th century. In Germany, it's unthinkable to drink vodka at work.
So, what's the story with those layoffs?
I don't like inaction. So when I set new rules and people kept drinking, I gave them an ultimatum.
And how much time did you give them to adapt to the new rules?
What do you mean? There's action and there's reaction. I set the new rules on Monday, and on Wednesday, I let them go.
What you did was stupid.
Are you standing up for these drunkards? What, are you a socialist?
That's not the point. You can't expect these people to change overnight. What do you mean by aggression?
I'm talking about that troglodyte, that Rude guy. Diesen Mistkerl.
What did you do?
He smeared my office windows with shit. Scheiße. I know it was him. I know it. I have no proof, but I know it. Can you imagine? That Gestank? That stink?
I'll get going.
I had my reasons, mostly concerning work ethics, but there are always many factors involved. This is kompliziert. You know what it's like.
So Neumeier never tried to find a solution? German Ordnung stifles the proletariat, you might say?
That's what it looks like. And that's what we're saying.
I can see I'm not the only one who wants to talk to you. They say you dabble in journalism now, WS. Show me what you can do.
Do you have another joke to tell?
Not this time. I wanted to talk.
Go ahead, ask. I don't have anything to do anyway.
I wanted to know the story behind those layoffs, from your point of view.
The story. The story. Sir, this is all bullshit. That's the whole story. You know that Neumeier banned drinking at work.
He mentioned it, but he suggested it wasn't the only reason.
Well, there you go. He said it himself. The cat's out of the bag. The drinking wasn't why he fired those people.
Then what was it?
I don't care. People end up in the streets, families get deprived of their livelihoods, and that bastard plays the angel. I won't have it. None of us will work until all the boys are back.
Are you friends with Mr. Fagin?
No, but at least he's trying to cover the issue fairly. What the censorship will do with it is another story, though.
Do you know anything more about him?
Even if I knew, I wouldn't say.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you.
What is it?
I think you should see it. You deserve the truth. I found this letter in Janusz's coat.
What? Edita? And him?
I'm sorry.
Sweetie? You call that prick Sweetie? I'm not gonna stick my neck out for that bastard. Lads, come here for a moment. Let's resume the negotiations.
You came to your senses, yeah?
Not just me, all of us. Without loyalty, there is no solidarity.
Hear, hear!
We have new demands. We all get 50% higher daily wages.
I will take less.
Nah. 50 is too much. I can give you 30%. Take it, or I'll hire someone else.
All right.
Miser.
But you will give Ruta's sister a pension. She ended up in the street with 5 kids and needs help.
I can do that. She'll get a benefit, but equal to the salary before the raise.
Fine. You heard it, boys. Let's get back to work.
Hello.
Hello. How can I help you, sir? Are you buying? Pledging? Art, cards, old farts, top coats, ski, jewelry.
Do you remember Mieszko Setsemin? He was a lone shark around here.
And you're asking me because?
No reason.
Setsemin died a long time ago. They say someone attacked and shot him. Terrible tragedy. Terrible. Even talking about him might bring bad luck. And so, life goes on here in Powiśle.
Goodbye. Excuse me.
Fuck off!
So I'll get my ass out of here then.
What are you looking for here in that fancy getup? You want to lay pipe with us?
I was just passing through. I'm sorry for the trouble.
You better keep walking.
Hey, you can't be here.
Cayetan doesn't allow it.
I don't like you, Sonny.
He's got nice shoes, though.
I wish I didn't buy them at all.
Well, I don't like that kind of resignation.
But I still like your shoes.
Is the painting finished?
Nope. The police took the body before I could finish. But I'm sure something new will appear soon.
Can I ask you a question?
Whatever.
I think painting those bodies has become something very important to you.
I hadn't thought about it that way.
It seems it has given your life a new meaning.
Do you really think so?
Aren't you afraid you might be arrested? You're always the first one out of the body. You paint it. To me, you look like a murderer.
Me? Why? The bodies appear on their own. Besides, let the police worry about that.
If they catch the murderer, there will be no more dead bodies to pose.
Right. I hadn't thought about that. I don't understand.
It seems that while contemplating the lack of sense in life, you did find something you care about.
Right. But that doesn't make sense. Why is it that, in trying to go with the flow, I end up paddling harder? Where did I go wrong?
Beautiful. I wonder if you developed it when you tried to kill yourself, or if you had it before. It is your doubt, your resignation, your nihilism. It's time to free you from it.
Can you hear me? Take a step back from him.
What? What are you doing?
They're arresting me, that's what.
You've got the wrong man, Pelevin.
That is up to the examining magistrate to decide. Let's take him.
Tell them what you told me. You are not the killer.
What difference does it make?
Pelevin, you know he's not the one.
What can I do? This case is taking too long anyway.
How are you going to sleep after this?
I'm going to booze it up till I fall asleep. Preferably in moonshine.
And now it starts to rain.
Get it away from me! I don't want to touch it.
Yellow belly.
Shut up! Hey, you! What do you want here?
What is that you're playing with?
It's a hook from a real dead man. A dead man's hook. Quiet, you dolts!
This hook is from the fisherman's victim, isn't it?
So what if it is? What's it to you? They've already caught the murderer.
What if I tell you that they didn't? That they caught the wrong man?
The fuck they did? Get lost! Unless we trade for it. Got anything interesting to barter with?
Aren't you a little too young to be playing here unsupervised?
And aren't you too old to be talking to us? Maybe you like kids, eh?
I heard the murderer isn't the worst thing out here. They say this place is haunted.
Haunted? Haunted by what?
The Lady of the River. She looks beautiful, but come too close to her, and you'll end up swimming with the fish forever. She has a particular fondness for children.
Bullshit.
And then there's the fisherman, still at large, and hunting for his next victim.
Don't listen to this bullshitter. What do you want?
And what would you like for the hook?
A cannon.
A saber!
Well, you heard him. If you bring us a cannon or a saber, we'll give you the dead man's hook.
That should be doable. There were some old blunt sabers in Father's office.
Go away now. You're boring.
Salut.
Salut. Have you heard this, fancy pants?
You have the makings of a good detective. I could use the help of someone as smart as you in my investigation.
I'd like to help.
That's commendable of you. Then the first step would be to give me back the hook.
Don't give it back. Don't be a sucker.
Shut it! I want to help the police with their investigation. Got it? If you got a problem with that, you can fuck right off. Here. So what now?
Now I'll examine the hook and keep looking for other clues.
Piotr's a lick spittle for the coppers.
Shut your mouths! Or you lose even more teeth. I'll help you. Come find me near Antiaja's brothel. We can resume the investigation there. All right, enough of this. Let's leave this place.
What more do you want from me?
I got the hook from the victim's body. Local kids had stolen it.
I already have a few of these.
Because of it, I know, let's call it, the scent of the murderer. A thaumaturge could be useful in a case like this.
But the case is closed. That's enough. When I get sober, I put you in jail, I swear. Now leave me alone.
We'll see about that. I'll find out why you're so reluctant to run this investigation, and then we'll resume it together.
What?
You're going to cast a spell on me, magician?
Who knows? Don't go anywhere. I felt something. Where is it?
So then I tell him, stick that rubble up your ass. I've got my honor.
You sure are a canny lad.
Hello.
I'm on my break. Come back later.
I sent him, Auntie Clara. We're doing an investigation together.
You're always up to something, Piotrush. What investigation?
What are we doing here?
What do you mean? The aunties are the key to the world of information. They know and hear more than anyone else in Povishle.
Are you his actual aunt?
You really are a tourist. Of course they're not. But I prefer them to the real ones. They always help me somehow when I'm in trouble. They'll dress a wound, give me an apple, or a beer.
Piotrush, nothing gets by you. You remember that lady's gloves? I said I liked them once, and he brought them to me the next day.
Well, just say the word.
What do you know about the fisherman?
All I know is he's in jail. Finally. This cursed place can breathe a little.
He's not in jail, though. We're looking for the real one.
Piotrush, is that the investigation you're playing?
What do you mean, playing? We're both dead serious and committed, Auntie.
You better watch out. You'll get in trouble.
What next, partner?
It's not over yet. Now, we split. You go grill the other aunties, and I'll see you later. After dark, some of them work here, and others in the streets. Remember to tell them I sent you. Piotrek Justa, that is. And ask better questions this time.
Watch him. If anything happens to him, it's your fault.
Is the gent looking to forget his worries for a while? Discretion guaranteed. I haven't had an angry wife come here yet.
Are you the owner of this establishment?
Of course, precious. Welcome to Auntie Yaja's bawdy house.
Who usually plays the piano here?
Would that it were only one. We get no shortage of has-been artists here, or them that try to bamboozle the girls into giving them a better price, especially if they're drunk. One of the girls saw it in a pawn shop. It wasn't cheap.
Your employees play too?
I can find you someone that can tickle the ivories. But that's not what I pay them for.
Tell me about this place.
All right, precious. Ask away.
Does Piotrek Justa live here too?
That one always finds his way around. He's a nitwit. The girls like him and he likes them. As long as he knows his place, he can hang out here.
Where are his parents?
Who knows? He's a foundling.
Are all the girls local? I know places like this offer lodgings to those arriving in the city in exchange for their services.
If you're implying something precious, I can assure you that all the ladies here work of their own free will. Imagine coming here to be a cleaner or teach children, and then the only thing anyone really wants to pay you for is your ass. I'm the reason they can make a living. No offense, precious, but you have no idea what it's like.
Let's change the subject.
Finally. Shall I find you a companion?
Thank you. Maybe I'll return later.
You're blushing, precious. Well, goodbye then.
Hello.
I can't stand this weather. Can I help you?
Have you seen anyone suspicious here lately?
Other than you? This is Powiśle. Everyone's suspicious here.
What are you selling?
My late husband's junk. I don't need to look at all of this if I can't look at him.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No point brooding over it. The river giveth, and the river taketh away.
I have to go now.
Goodbye.
Let me rest. Let's wait until... So... Good evening.
Good evening. What do you want?
I bet he's a customer. Do you want to put him off?
How do I know if he's a customer or not? Bad things happen in this weather.
You're right. What brings you here?
What do you know about the fisherman?
What an odd question. Unless... God, it's him! He came to kill us!
But they just got him. That freak who painted corpses was the fisherman. He created inspiration for himself. Right?
Take it easy. I was sent here by Piotrek Justa.
Somehow I don't believe you. Maybe you got him too, fisherman.
Piotrek introduced me to Auntie Clara too. I assure you they are both alive. I just want to talk to you.
Well, if you hang around with Piotrek, you can't be the fisherman. Especially if you're that handsome.
This is Auntie Clementina, and you can call me Auntie Anastasia, like the Tsar's daughter.
But we don't know anything about the fisherman, and we'd rather not talk about him.
I'll be off now.
Too bad. I felt safer with you around.
Good evening.
Cloud behind the corner, 5 kopecks. Naked in a bed, 15. A blow will cost you 3. Unless you just want to watch something, then it's 2. If it's something else you're after, you can fuck off, or I'll call for help.
Piotrek Justa sent me. He's a nice kid.
Piotr sent you? Well, why didn't you say so? I'll give you a discount though.
No, that's not why I'm here. I just want to talk.
Well, fire away before someone is onto us.
The fisherman. Have you heard anything about him?
Only the things everyone's been prattling on about, but if it's information you want, buy yourself a newspaper. 2 kopeckas. Any other questions, or should we get to the point?
I'll let you get back to work. Goodbye.
Is there anything else you want to ask?
I know about your little secret. You don't work here out of passion, do you?
Is it necessary to enjoy one's job?
You work for someone else, don't you? For the Russians, not the WAS.
You must be crazy. I don't snitch to anyone. Leave me alone.
I have a document that might compromise Mr. Konieczny.
Why should I care?
Your supervisors will be keenly interested in this evidence, I presume.
But I've told you.
Just take this letter and do what you deem right with it. I'm sure it will help you get a better assignment than this one.
Well, just leave it with me. But I still don't know what you're talking about.
What are you sniffing around here for?
I thought the Ochrana would be interested in your activities and sent them some of your compromising materials. They should be especially appreciative of how your organization gets its funding from the socialists. So the Ochrana sent Mieczysława to you. Your snitch is just now strolling over to them, carrying all the evidence.
Liar.
Do you see her anywhere around here?
You will regret this, magician.
Fine. Just don't send your boys to the cemetery anymore, and send me a postcard from the Citadel.
Sweet Jesus, don't scare me. I'm just here to see if the dead are lying down as they should.
First of all, the WAS won't mess around here anymore.
Did you send them to hell, where they belong?
They ask for it.
Right. Better not mess with magicians, huh? They won't be running rampant here anymore. But now that it's all over, would you be so kind as to make a donation? For the cemetery, of course. And to make sure important notices reach you as quickly in the future.
I'll be gracious. Please write a letter to my sister. She'll send you a check.
Thank you for looking kindly on an honest man. If you do expire someday, I'll get you the most exquisite hearse. God bless, Mr. Shulsky.
Done. The wheels are in motion. I'm accepting compliments.
I could kiss your forehead. How did you manage to do that?
It turned out the strike leader's wife cuckolded him with one of the dismissed workers.
Are you serious? Who's the smart guy? Janusz? Or the other one who would hang around here with him?
Doesn't matter. The leader negotiated a raise for the rest of the crew, and they left those dismissed in the dust.
The proletariat Casanova could have kept it in his pants. Believe it or not, I've been quite busy myself. Listen to this. Spirit King and Phantom Prince. Or, better yet, Poet and Pilgrim. Get it?
You're the poet and I'm the pilgrim because I've traveled a lot?
You bet. And fuck that guy with his WS. So see you around, Pilgrim.
Fagin?
WS, it's good that you're here. Did you get my message?
Indeed.
I need your help.
Did someone get upset that you were following him, sniffing after a scandal?
No, I've gotten used to that already. This is something bigger.
What is it?
Have you heard what happened at Vienna Station?
No.
There was an attack. Bloody and brazen. Several dead. All of them civilians, it seems. A new group of fanatics have taken credit for the assassination. They call themselves Lechites. The Russians have put Zhukov himself on the case. I want to write about it. The truth. But I need help.
What did I do to earn such trust?
I liked how you handled the case of the Krajewskis and Pietia Alexandrovich. There is no one in Warsaw more suitable for what I am about to propose to you.
You flatter me.
Enough to get you interested in this case?
I've never written an article. How can I help?
I'll handle the writing. You focus on finding these Lechites. I want to eliminate the possibility of this being a Russian provocation. I'll interview them. What do you make of this?
I wouldn't be so sure the censors would allow you to print something like this.
I don't write exclusively for state-run newspapers. Have you ever heard anything about Kimichits?
I haven't. I only know the character from the book by Sienkiewicz. It's nothing special.
This is my pseudonym for a certain underground publication. I'll admit that I am rather well known in patriotic circles as Kimichits.
Congratulations.
Keep asking.
Who died in this attack?
That's what's suspicious. Nobody knows. The list of victims has been classified, but I know that they're most likely civilians, random people, Poles. The Lechites fancy themselves patriots, and look what we have here. Anything else?
Zhukov, is he that famous investigator?
They say he's amazing and very effective. If the Ruskies have got him on this case, it must be the top priority. Anything else?
Who are those Lechites?
Nobody knows. They've shown up in Warsaw only recently. This is the first attack they've taken credit for. That's why I want to reach out and talk to them.
That's enough for me to start with.
So you agree?
I'll think about it.
I would have done it myself, really. But they're keeping everyone out, not without a pass. And I don't have an uncle who's an investigator.
I said I'd think about it.
Fine. And when you happen to stumble across a Lechite, don't forget to call me. It's a Śródmieście number, 3490. I'm also leaving you their manifesto. I just want to talk to them and write an honest article about them, in Polish.
Mr. Shulsky, come in. What's new?
I've got some fresh ideas for you.
Promising. But you can't keep wearing the same attire. Please, come back to me if you find more inspiration. Meanwhile, I shall attend to my work. Please, excuse me.
I won't bother you.
All right.
Ligia? You finally came to talk to your boring sister?
Talking to you is the greatest treat this house has to offer. I should enjoy that privilege more often.
Finally, you're talking sense. In fact, I've got something to propose. Interested?
Always.
I'm giving a lecture at the Flying University. It's a very informal educational initiative, not to say secret. And an important one, especially for women who can get an education from us, which they are legally prohibited from doing in the partition. I'd like you to come with me.
What's the lecture about?
The economic aspect of the woman's question. I've gathered some interesting data and managed to get some great sources from France and England.
I'm sorry I asked.
Come on. Those 2 brain cells you still have will appreciate a break from booze and trouble. Come with me.
Of course I will go. I will be honored.
No questions or bargaining? Who are you and what have you done to my brother?
If it's important to you, there's no need to persuade me.
That's strange, but nice. The university is meeting in the antiquarian bookshop across the Green Square. Which brings us to the most important thing. Everyone brings something sweet, so I ordered some donuts from Mrs. Jagoda. The best ones. And the best donut is filled with...
With plum.
Now and ever and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Get those donuts, will you?
I'll see what I can do.
Excuse me, officer.
What do you mean, not allowed? Sergeant Kadash, folks gotta work there, feed their families.
We're conducting an operation.
More like farting around. My taxpayer rubles are paying for you to chow down on herring. Let me through to the wharf.
And what are you here for?
Sergeant Kadash, I'm here on official business.
Of course. Boys, let this gent through.
Well, ain't they all chummy? What about us?
Enough of this, Narishkit. Say who you are and what you're doing on my turf.
First, show yourself, coward.
You're in no position to raise your voice.
It's better that way. We can talk as equals.
I'll put it another way. How come you're pestering me about Javier?
I'm looking for Javier.
What for?
Let's say I need his services. Urgently.
Is that all? I took you for someone else. I can introduce you to Javier. You interested?
I know Javier likes to fight. So, should we head to the boxing ring?
Something like that. I see you've sniffed out what you can. Shall we?
Lead the way. You sure changed your tune quickly.
Welcome to Povishla. Fighting first, hugging later. Arreo Rafe. Stick with me and they won't touch a hair on your head. Just don't come on Saturdays. Welcome to the dungeon, a mecca of gambling and violence. You see the box above the ring? I'll wait there. Make yourself comfortable. Put a bet on the fight. And come find me.
Place your bets, ladies and gents. Don't miss the chance to earn some dough. How about a bet?
Who's fighting?
You're awful twitchy. You want a spree or angling to rat us out? Who let you in here?
I came with Ariel Rofe.
If you're with Ariel, it's all hunky-dory. You're in our dungeon here, gent. No rules, no restraints. That's how we play around here. But you was asking who's fighting. Our pride and joy. A real canny lad from right here in Povishla. Barshchik.
And in the other corner?
Everybody who wants to take him on. All of them against one. Sort of a local tradition. So, you betting there, ain't you?
I'd like to bet on the fight.
On Barshchik or on everybody else?
I'll put a ruble on a Barshchik.
Corking choice.
You take IOUs?
Sure, why not? Get writing.
Excuse me, are you ladies fighting here?
Yep, Bessie and Alice Gordon from Buffalo Bills. There a problem?
No, not at all. I'm wondering how you ended up here.
Getting even. We got a score to settle.
Ugh, sure do. With Barshchik.
That fucker was going with me for a while. Only he didn't mention.
He was dating me too.
We're gonna jog his memory, American style.
With violence.
I see. Good luck in the fight.
You're fretting, Ariel. His hips are fine.
Shouldn't you be at home right now? With your husband?
And you, what are you doing here?
Barshchik, meet Victor Shulsky. He has business with Javier, and he'll do anything to meet him.
Anything?
Anything. Victor is a Thaumaturge, and it might make for a fantastic main attraction. What do you think?
Sorry, what?
What? A magician in the ring? Yeah.
I can fight, but afterward, I'm going to want to talk business with Javier.
That can be done.
All right.
Yeah, I like him. Señoras y señores, a slight change of plans. I won't be fighting. I know. Barshchik is the best. But listen. Marcel and his brothers-in-law versus a son of Shurmisha, a swell, a magician, Victor Shulsky. Don't embarrass me. good, Victor. The crowd loves you.
They love to hate you. That's all right, too.
Give them time. Does Victor deserve the neighborhood's respect? Maybe the chicos from Fifth Alley will make mincemeat out of him. You can do it, Victor!
Let's get on with it. Who's next?
Straight from America. They box like a whirlwind and kiss like a dream. The Gordon sisters.
Fucker.
Try not to get them even more damn riled up. I'm only here for professional purposes.
A professional ass kicking.
So be it. Let's fight! Shit! How much more?
Come on, smile!
Bueno, that's enough for him. Come on, you deserve it. Did you see him? Not such a weak chico after all.
How do you feel?
Mainly, I feel cheated, Senor Javier.
Come on.
Javier Sanchez Villaconejito Ramirez. Good to meet a friend of Ariel's. Tell me, gringo, how can Javier help you today?
I need a smuggler.
I know, Mago. Say what you need me to smuggle.
Who? One lady needs to discreetly leave the Russian partition and get to Vienna.
For how much?
She can afford it. Let's just say she's quite far up in high society.
A rich chica wants to go to Vienna? Well, I don't know.
I'm sure somebody is looking for this Klafter. Otherwise, she'd get on a train.
If they catch us, it's la muerte para nuestros amigos.
However, fortune favors chutzpah after all. Al diablo. The river giveth, the river taketh away. Vámonos.
Does that mean I'll get a share of the dough?
No.
We don't like each other that much.
So, what now?
Now go get the lady, and we'll meet at Port Praga at night. But tell that Klafter of yours that it ain't gonna be a tea party.
Adios.
Yes?
I have to go now.
Goodbye.
Hold it, Tempermancer, for I am White Roman.
Pardon?
You are Victor Szulski, son of Śródmieścia. Your family is famous for its powerful Tempermancers.
I am the most powerful of the entire family.
This will make you a worthy opponent. This city is too small for two masters of temperamency. I am a master of temperamency, White Roman, and I challenge you to a duel. Everything is at stake. The winner will be declared King of the Temperamancers.
If you insist.
The memorable moment is here. To me, devoted visitors. To me, salutors.
Oh, God.
I hope that you also took a valuable and instructive lesson from this.
I accept the title of King of the Tempermancers. I would suggest that neither you nor your salutor strain yourselves anymore.
Your triumph is temporary, Victor Shulsky. I have not yet said my last word. I will find you when you are ready for the next fight.
That's what I'm afraid of. The things people come up with.
Of all the joints in Povishla, you walk into this one again.
You won't give up that easy. Deep down, you're not that kind of man. Tilting at windmills has dimmed your investigator's instinct, but you won't give them the satisfaction.
I don't have the strength.
I do. Let's bring this case to a close. Let's find the real fisherman.
You're right. The dubber is innocent. I'm not going to fall in with a heartless system where all that matters is the quarterly performance. Come, I'll show you the body. It's still in the ice room, unless the pallbearer took it. I'll tell you the rest of the story there.
Viktor Shulsky, Thaumaturge.
Antoni Nigorevich Pelevin.
Lead the way.
I hope I don't regret it, Thaumaturge. There he is. Tadeusz Pielecha, a Powiśle man. Childless, 46 years old. He was a fisherman. Ну, Thaumaturge, за дело.
Pielecha wasn't the fisherman's first victim. What about the others?
There was another fisher, a porter, a traveling saleswoman, but this is our best clue.
Were other victims from around here as well?
Some spent all their lives in Powiśle. Others were passing through, and they were just unlucky.
Then it's certain the fisherman lives in the area and knows it well. Which means he probably also keeps his victims somewhere around here.
And then just drops them on the band?
He has multiple wounds and bruises.
Yeah, he was tortured before he died. But the immediate cause of death was a strong hit to the back of the head. Stunned like a fish. It's a joke.
Any personal items? Something could have been imprinted on them. His emotions, thoughts, anything.
All he had was his wedding ring. But we gave it back to the widow because she was crying that she wanted to have a memento of her husband.
We should ask her to show this wedding ring to us. Where can I find the widow?
She lives in a house on the corner, between the marketplace and Yaja's brothel.
I presume it's his trademark.
Yes, he always puts pebbles in place of gouged out eyes. Ordinary river pebbles, probably collected at the local wharf.
Did he have a family?
We only know about the wife. They didn't seem to get along.
All right, the autopsy's over. When did Pielecha's wife report he was missing?
She admitted she was worried her husband had been gone for 3 days. She did take her time.
Maybe she was the one who killed him.
Why don't you talk to her? If you need me, I'll be at the moonshine.
Yes?
Do you have any valuables to sell? Like jewelry?
What jewelry? Look at me. I had Pielecha's ring, but I sold it to a pawn shop. Money don't stink, you know. They didn't want anything else anyway.
And where is this pawn shop?
At Browarna Street. But it's probably closed at this time.
I have to go now.
Goodbye.
Will you stop sneaking up on us?
And do you know Tadeusz Pielecha?
Poor guy. He was the one the fisherman got this time. You shouldn't say bad things about the dead.
But?
Pielecha came to visit us, our boaty house, the day before he died. He wouldn't pay, so... And Jadzia, the madam, had him thrown out.
Thank you. I will talk to her.
I've had it. Let's get out of here. I'm not going to stay here any longer, getting wet and tempting fate.
Let's go. Jadzia will get over it.
Have you looked around? Any special requests?
Tell me about this.
Yes.
Does Piotr Justa live here too?
That one always finds his way around. He's a nitwit. The girls like him, and he likes them.
Where are his pets?
Who knows?
I've heard Tadeusz Pielecha came here the day before he died.
You're not from around here, Precious, are you? What are you snooping around for?
I'm ashamed to say.
Precious, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Tell Auntie what's on your mind.
Nothing excites me more than touching things that have been touched by dead people.
We make our customers' dreams come true, but this will cost you.
I can pay you. How much?
20 rubles. After all, it is an uncommon whim.
Fine. In fact, the establishments of Śródmieście aren't as expensive as my sister told me.
Gone. Upstairs with you. Just don't scare my girls.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery.
A friend of Piotrush's. You can ask. Just be discreet.
What about Tadeusz Pielecha? Do you know anything about him?
What a miserable chap. No one could ever cheer him up. It must be really hard for his wife now. A friend of a friend saw him in a moonshine often. A local joint.
I know where it is.
Anything else?
Thank you for being willing to talk to me. Goodbye.
Give my best to Piotruś.
Hey, what are you up to? Bothering the lady? Nothing comes for free.
Never in my life did I have to pay for a conversation with a beautiful woman. And I don't mean to change that today.
Smooth talker, aren't you?
Forget it. This is nothing, really. Just idle chit-chat, that's all.
I'm supposed to step in if any fishermen or others can't bother you. So I am. Unless you want to be left alone. And you? Come here. Losing a few teeth will teach you not to waste a hooker's time.
Anything new?
Have you seen my little sassy Povishla boy?
No. Is he a part of the investigation?
Yes, you could say so. He was supposed to find me. I know the fisherman's identity. It's Clara, one of Antiaja's prostitutes.
What? So what are we waiting for? Let's get her!
I don't know where he is. I'll get back to you.
So what am I supposed to... Fine, I wait.
You again? You are looking for trouble, I swear to God.
Is it the weather that has this effect on you?
One more word, and we will take you out.
I'm a friend of Piotr Kusta.
Hey, do you hear the kind of names being tossed around here? You better find some friends your own age. Pervert. Get that fancy pants.
Oh, right. Povishla is not for beginners. Anybody else got a problem with me? I thought so.
Just no brawling, please. What can I get you?
I know Tadeusz Pielecha liked to come here.
Wouldn't you rather have a drink? I don't feel like talking about Tadek.
You miss him, so do the others. You've known him for ages, and now the mere mention of his name tears a hole in your heart. Help me, and I will do him justice.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. If he went back to his wife that night rather than here, I guess he'd be still alive.
That means he spent his last night here?
Yeah, when he left, that was the last we ever saw him. It was pissing down that night, too. And a few days later, he was lying sprawled out on the river bank like a dead fish.
I suppose you don't have many customers on rainy nights like that, hmm? Can you remember who else was here?
Just regulars. Same as today, some hookers come by at times. Today we've got one copper and one intrusive posh boy, which is unusual. I mean you.
Did Pielecha leave alone?
Gienek, the steel worker, left with him, but he came back shortly after and passed out in the corner. Then a hooker went out, probably to work.
Do you remember which one?
Clara. She's the caring one. She chums around with that little shit Justa.
Did you talk to him?
Tadek did more drinking than talking. He only complained that Yadzia had him removed from the brothel. He didn't avail himself of it, and he wouldn't pay for nothing. Other than that, no. He was a man of few words.
I'll be off now.
Good riddance.
What a day. Let's wait until... So, let's kill...
What now?
I'd like to see your jewelry.
Gems? Bangles? Spangles?
Wedding rings. Golden.
Uh-huh. Congratulations.
Preferably from a stiff. I know you've got one here.
What does a magician need a ring like that for?
Why does a pawnbroker need to know things like that?
I do have one, but it's not for sale. It brings me luck.
Can I just take a look at it?
No looking.
I'm not going to play any games with you. Show me the ring.
Well, this is a game I'm not going to play. Ziku, Rishi, come here. It's time for some fisticuffs.
I'm begging you, please stop. Give me the wedding ring.
All right, already. Here.
Auntie Clara, what did you do to the boy?
Piotrus's older friend. I expected this to be only a matter of time. I warned you he would get hurt.
Move away from him. None of this is his fault.
True. He was bright. He connected the dots quickly and found this place.
And this is why you want to kill him now?
I don't want to, but I must. Because of you. You're to blame for the boy wanting to play detective. And now his blood will be on your hands.
Piotrek is a bright lad, and he's got his entire life ahead of him. He trusted you.
Yes. He was the only one who never looked down on me. It's all your fault. Everything would have worked out if it wasn't for this pesky kid.
Why are you even doing this?
Why wouldn't I be doing this? Why wouldn't I slaughter those stinking sods? My only regret is that I didn't start sooner.
You won't hurt him the same way you were hurt because you don't hate him. I have seen and felt how carefree you become in his presence, as if he gave you back moments of childhood that you never had.
I'm sorry, Piotruś.
Now, we'll leave together.
No, magician. Piotruś has all the time in the universe. I don't.
Stop!
What the fuck is this place? She's the murderer? Clara? Is she...
Unfortunately.
Fucking hell. I knew I would regret it. Don't tell me the kid is dead too. Well?
He's alive.
Then wake him up and let's get out of here. It really stinks of fish.
Everything okay? You alright?
Alright. Yeah. I'm alright.
You're lucky the kid's in one piece. How could you be so irresponsible and act alone?
There was no time to think. I had to act fast.
And I think you followed your pride, Mr. Great Thaumaturge.
I'm sorry I didn't notify you before.
Apologizing won't change the fact that the murderer is dead.
What will happen to Cayetana now?
The perpetrator is deceased, so now I have to tie all the murders to her corpse. It'll take a while without a testimony. Seeing as you've bungled everything here, I'm tempted to hold your painter until he croaks.
Just tell me when you release him.
I'll call you.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this, lad.
Nah. Forget about it. The risk comes with the job. But I guess you'll have to conduct your next investigation without me.
How did you end up on this table?
I found this dive, and as I was going to get you, Auntie Clara showed up. Then, I don't remember.
I understand. Would you ever think she's the murderess?
No. This is where my intuition failed. I also didn't anticipate that she'd take her life like this.
I'll be waiting for your call regarding Cayetan's case, Commissioner.
Sure.
Goodbye.
Take care, partner. We did good.
Let's go. I'll show you the police station.
Anything caught your eye, sir?
Goodbye. I hope the vampires don't take revenge on you.
They have no interest in me. I'm in... Hey, please...
Yes, sir?
My name is Viktor Shulsky. Grigory Rasputin said I could find him here.
I can sense he's in a drawing room.
I hope that you've had a hospitable stay.
You have unsettling friends, truly. The Nadarzinskis are reserved and boring, unlike that Grigory.
What do you think of him?
I don't. I'd like to leave this place now, if possible.
We'd better get a move on.
Finally, don't forget my luggage.
How many dresses and pairs of stockings do you need?
As many as I'd like. I have some very profitable secrets in that chest.
Blackmail?
Insurance. Correspondence with various people who aren't entirely aware that I didn't burn their letters.
Do I understand that this time around I'll be lugging the chest myself?
Hurry up.
Around, this ain't a museum. Head down. That building in front of you. The entrance is around the corner.
You pick some very interesting people to work with.
What's that?
From now on, that's your problem. Entrance around the corner, right?
I hope you know what you're doing.
Did you want a pumpkin carriage and some glass slippers, senora? Smuggling ain't as romantico as that.
Javier, yes? I've outgrown fairy tales. I'm here to make a deal.
I left that fucking chest by the door. I could barely lug it. Big as a whale's has. We gonna do something or just stand here and stare?
The police at the entrance have me a little concerned. Did something happen we should worry about?
Esos pinches pendejos can't keep their hands to themselves.
Someone fucking filched a weapons transport and now the police are shitting themselves. They're looking high and low, even under hookers' skirts.
Somos profesionales.
We'll keep out of sight, and it'll be gone skeet.
So what's the plan? What are we doing?
You'll get papers, Austrian ones. Almost authentic, but don't go flashing them left and right.
Then it's off to the pier, and onto a boat out of the city. Then a steamship upriver.
In Krakow, a transfer to a Vienna-bound train. He'll be there in a few days.
Sí, bueno. As soon as we agree on the money.
Your turn. Tell the gentleman about the compensation.
You'll get my whole fortune. The appropriate paperwork will be yours as soon as I leave Warsaw.
Toda? All of it? Meaning how much?
Enough, so you won't have to lift a finger for the rest of your life.
What about the travel chest? Do we have to bring that?
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm paying you for.
So, all right. Vamos?
If this is going to work, then we need to get going.
Ariel, you go to the puerto and call the little captain. La señora will get changed, and we'll follow after you. Victor will come too. He'll see if anyone's following us.
Что? I'll do what?
What you paid for. Vaya con Dios, my friend.
Agitenar, Scheifele.
You damn wife fucker. You've ruined my life.
Your chica did what she wanted. Victor, tell him I'm right.
Two of you? I'll fuck you both up.
I'm going to get killed because someone disrespected the sanctity of marriage. Shit. Have you ever considered celibacy? Your business would go better.
But what kind of life would that be, Senora?
But the boat can't hold that!
There's no choice.
If God wills it, a broom can shoot. Load it up.
Vámonos. There's no time.
I need another word with Victor.
Senora.
Time to pay up.
Time's running out. I need the knowledge you promised me.
What are you guys lagging around for? Hurry up!
Your father moved in the circles of people who shared his views, who would like to see Poland back on the map. Do you understand what I mean? He was a patriot.
My father and the revolutionaries? There's no way that could be right.
I beg you. Whatever he was planning, it was certainly more subtle and effective than planting bombs in restaurants. I never met them. He called them his coterie. They were old friends of his. He secretly dreamed of creating a force that would give true hope to the Polish people, one that might tilt the scales in favor of the independence fighters.
Loca, quickly!
He believed he didn't need a great army, just a handful of daredevils with extraordinary abilities.
You getting in the boat or not?
I need to go. Your father was a wonderful man, Victor. And you remind me of him a great deal. Thank you for everything.
Wait! Who are these people? How can I find them?
I don't know. They hide in the shadows. Good luck. I trust that you'll find your grimoire, Viktor Szulski. Adieu.
Keep an eye on those bequeathal papers. If there's a problem with payment, we'll reach out to you.
Why are you so distrustful?
When a poor man eats a chicken, one of them is sick.
Amigos.
Heavier!
Victor!
You think they're dead?
They had no chance. Clad in clay and the fury of the sons of Israel will arise to crush their enemies. Get out of here. Golems follow blood. The farther away you are, the better.
I don't believe it. Salutus can't physically manifest.
Tell it to Javier. Look at this guy teaching Kabbalah to a Jew. That was a golem, you schmuck. And it will pursue them until their blood is lost in the abysses of Sheol. You understand?
What am I supposed to do to get rid of him?
The golem is gonna look for you until he kills you, and all of those of your blood. That is, unless you can figure out why he was sent after you. You must have really gotten under somebody's skin.
I haven't done anything to anyone.
That means someone of your blood did it. Do you hear me? Ask your blood. Get lost. You're not exactly my favorite person right now.
I guess there's nothing for me here. I have to get out of the port. Something's happened on the pier.
You think we didn't hear you? Now shut your trap, or you'll get the police on our asses.
Yeah, we paid them not to see us, but not enough to ignore these kinds of shenanigans.
And what else are you gonna tell them, moron? Your home address? Shut it and pack up.
Was that the sound of a fuck-up? Shouldn't we check it out?
Like hell we should. They don't pay me enough for that. You! Stop! Papers, please.
I thought I wouldn't have to resort to this, but since you insist.
Of course, sir. We are sorry. Go right ahead.
Don't even think of reaching for your magic book. Vanya's pistol has a very sensitive trigger.
The second he moves, I'll blow his brains out, Chief.
Chief! Let's do our best not to have Vanya shoot you in the head. Alright? All you have to do is tell us where Svetlana Petrovna is.
I'm running to a phone. There's been an accident. I think the pier collapsed.
Was Svetlana Rumyantseva there?
There must be some mistake, Chief.
The mistake was beating up my brother.
You did seriously rough up my men at Rumyantseva's apartment. You can hand over the ID too. You won't need it anymore. Svetlana. We've got to find her, Victor.
Am I under suspicion of anything other than an evening walk?
We know you helped Rumyantseva escape. And I know she was sleeping with your father. I told you, he had no secrets from me. I was helping him. I'm running out of patience. Where is she?
I didn't like my father. No one did. But his collaborating with the Okhrana seems improbable to me.
A wealthy Pole in the Russian partition who avoided not one, but two serious scandals, a divorce and your incident with Niedzits. Would he have managed on his own? The question is, what did Svetlana know?
All right. I'm afraid Svetlana is dead.
Are you sure?
She went down with the boat and didn't resurface.
Lie.
Victor, I'll be honest with you. That woman was a Gordian knot. I know that she spent years compiling all sorts of compromising material against the Tsar's government. She was a traitor. We were observing her, but she managed to get everything out of her apartment. I need to know if her knowledge could threaten the security of the nation.
As far as I know, all Svetlana's secrets went with her to the bottom of the Vistula.
Should we take him to the Citadel, Chief?
No, Vanya. We'll finish this here. Why did you help Svetlana?
It was purely business. Her freedom in exchange for information.
And? Did she tell you what you wanted?
Yes. Where's my father's grimoire?
Look for it in Stanislav's circle of old friends. People who could take advantage of a missing grimoire.
Thaumaturges. Do you know who they are? Where I can find them?
No. But, once you do, don't neglect to inform me. And watch out. They're very dangerous people.
I need to get out of here.
Ah, you're finally here. We've been waiting for you.
I'm afraid I was boring your charming sister with my chatter.
Ah, nonsense. I'll leave you two alone.
You look tired. Is everything all right? Do you need my help?
This has been an especially difficult night for me.
Is everything all right with Svetlana?
Why do you ask?
You two left without saying goodbye. Did something happen?
I saw a golem.
A golem? From Jewish legends? Is it a salutor?
Yes, and it turned out to be a very real salutor. A material one. I didn't think that was even possible.
And what does it have to do with Svetlana?
I'm afraid Svetlana is dead.
I was afraid of this. Did the golem kill her?
You could say that. The golem sank her boat by collapsing the roof over the pier. Svetlana intended to live off of selling other people's secrets.
Secrets can be deadly. Do you want to know what she shared with me?
You're not proposing blackmailing anyone with anything, are you?
Nonsense. Of course not. As I told you, I want the world to see my truth. I want to stop the annihilation of countless human beings. But on my own, I am like Cassandra. Yet, with Svetlana's knowledge and you by my side, no one will have any choice but to believe me.
I'm intrigued.
The question is, can you bear the burden that she also carried?
I've really got a lot on my shoulders. My father's secrets, his lover's death, the Ochrana, and now a golem. I think I can bear this too, if it lets me get rid of the other problems. Can you say which secret of Svetlana's you mean? She had a whole chest full of them.
That wasn't in the chest, and now it's only in my memory.
Will you tell me what this is about?
Not here, no. Get some rest first. At our next meeting, at the Narizhinskis. It's safe there, for now.
Thank you for stopping by.
See you again soon, my friend. One more question. Might this golem cause you any trouble?
I'm sure I'll find out soon.
I think we need to have a word. How do you know people like this, Rasputin?
He's that miracle worker I was writing to you about. The one who helped me return to my senses.
Not completely, I think. Given that you brought him with you.
He just came to see me. I owe him a lot.
It looks like he knows you better than I do.
Grigori is a good friend of mine. I owe him my life. He can visit me whenever he likes.
With friends like that, looking for enemies sounds like a pointless bother. First Niedzic, now a gloomy hermit. And ladies of the night have started hanging around outside the windows. Are they also friends of yours?
Who are those women?
Whores, Victor. Prostitutes. Women of easy virtue, daughters of Corinth. Courtesans, moths, hookers, floozies. I've been seeing 2 girls around here recently. They stand out on the street and peek into our windows.
Maybe Abaurisa is playing a prank. This can wait. Ligia, I'm really dead on my feet, but there's one more thing we need to have a word about.
I wonder what I don't know yet.
Did you know that someone sent a golem after our family?
A golem? The kind from Jewish legends?
This one was very real. It destroyed half the port while it was trying to kill me.
Port Praga? Are you alright? What were you doing there?
I was tracing Father's missing grimoire. Someone sent a golem after him, and now that person is trying to find us, too.
Why?
That's what I have to find out. Was there anyone who very openly disliked Father?
More than you?
Touché. Did he know some sort of Thaumaturge who might have been out for revenge, or did he mention a coterie to you at any point? Did he meet up with other Thaumaturges?
As far as close friends, I think you already know that's a dead end. And he never introduced the Thaumaturge to me.
How long have you known your chief?
What does that matter?
So you knew he worked for the Ochrana?
Yes. You'd have found in the end anyway, but he asked me not to tell you right away.
I understand that each of us has various relationships we're tangled up in. But I think we should start talking about them more often.
Agreed. I'll only add that a contact like him is very useful in business.
I'm guessing he knows how to arrange contacts for you. I'm sure he often invites you to all sorts of soirees and receptions, right?
I don't always accept. It seems like we've each got our own miracle worker. I know who he is, and I treat him very cautiously. Plus, we've already established that you don't report to me about your acquaintances. Besides, it was Papa who introduced him to me all those years ago. What's the real reason we're talking about Konieczkin?
I saw him once more, at Port Praga.
And what was he doing there? Does he have anything to do with the golem?
He was actually interested in Svetlana.
Explain, please, how you can be so sure.
I helped Svetlana. She wanted to flee the country.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Do you know what forces you're playing with? You know full well who she is.
Who she was.
Sorry, what?
Svetlana is dead. She was just setting off on a lovely voyage when a golem appeared and... Svetlana is dead.
We're finished. They'll put us both in prison. What will become of us?
What about Uncle Sasha? I handled something for him recently, so I'm sure he'd be eager to help.
It's too risky to arrange this through family. And morally dubious. I'm afraid this is outside his purview.
Don't worry, nothing will happen to us. I'll make sure of it.
How will you do that?
O ye of little faith, you can trust me, sister.
I do trust you. And look how far that's gotten me.
That's a little unfair, sister. You haven't experienced anything unusual recently?
Nothing so remarkable, given I'm living with the Thaumaturge. You think there's any way I'd have let a golem slip by me?
Look, why don't we leave this conversation until morning, hmm?
I agree. Good night. Oh, my cigarettes.